What's up, Fiends and Sworn Nation? This is day one of Crucial Con, September 23rd, 2021. We got a special announcement here. We have David Harrigan reading on the screen here. Mr. Harrigan, how are you doing today?
Doing great. How are you guys doing?
We are having an amazing time. I'm so excited to announce this. I'm going to just bring this up right here. I'm going to read off this press release that's just being sent out across the world, worldwide press release. Breaking news. Folks, here it is. Headline: David Harrigan signs exclusive deal with Coffin Comics. Yeah. Fan favorite artist is here to stay. Breaking news. Mesa, Arizona, Thursday, September 23rd, 2021. Coffin Comics is privileged to announce that veteran illustrator David Artassassin Harrigan has signed an exclusive deal for ongoing comic book cover art. Harrigan has over 13 years of illustration in various projects such as book covers, comic book art, and t-shirt designs. Harrigan's most reputable work spotlights his pinup art featuring voluptuous women with a sexy sense of humor. David, and that's why we love you. It's not done yet. David Harrigan is one of a kind talent, says Coffin Comics publisher Brian Pulido. His skills as a cover artist are only surpassed by his downright awesomeness as a human being. I'm grateful that David agreed to produce covers exclusively for Coffin Comics. I think the Fiends will be pleased by our plans. Me too. Blending the Artassassin's unique vision of artwork with Coffin Comics' signature rock and roll attitude, and Coffin Comics, the Coffin Comics Fiends wanted more of that. To date, Coffin Comics has featured over 100 of Harrigan's illustrations in their original stories, including Lady Death, Hell Witch, La Morta, and many more to come. This exclusive deal with David Harrigan and Coffin Comics goes into effect immediately. When asked about this deal, David Harrigan had this to say: I am honored and humbled to be working exclusively with Coffin Comics. As many people know, I have been a longtime Lady Death fan, and Brian Pulido and Team Coffin have always supported me throughout the years, and it just feels like this is the natural evolution of that bond. I can't wait to show you what we all have in store, and that's what we're here today to show some people what we got coming up this year with your exclusive. David, what do you have to say about this breaking press release we just announced?
Oh, it's amazing. I'm glad I can finally say something public about it. It has been bubbling and cooking for a while, and it's finally free and out and open and no more secrets. And so, yeah, this is, like I said, it just feels like it's the normal evolution of this, of my bond with Coffin. And I feel like I've put out some of my best work working for Coffin. And I think some of the stuff coming up is going to continue on that, like we're going to see here in a little bit. So.
Yeah, so exciting when we heard that you're going to be exclusive to Coffin. It was, yeah, because like you said, I think some of your, best work. I don't know if it's just like the synergy with you and Brian and then the characters, but something you really like always put 110% and super creative. The ideas you come up with are, like we're going to see, it's just going to be, I don't know. No one can think of this stuff. You can just tell it's David Harrigan when you see your art. And you're also a master of different styles. This year, it seems to be your. To me, you have like one look, like a cartoony look, but you can do so much more than that, which is like always blows my mind. Me and Julian are like, what? Wait, what? This is David? Like, he's got so many. You're so versatile. What is that? What's going on there?
It's just the artist in me. It's I always, sometimes I'll see something or like a style, and I'm like, hey, I want to try and do that style. Or even somebody will say, no, you only do one kind of thing. And I'm like, well, no, I can do other kinds of things. And, or I get inspired by something and, I want to try and like, do a certain style of artwork. And, for the most part, the transition I've been kind of working on recently is more on more of a rendered look and less line artwork. And that's an area where I wasn't really fully comfortable in. So a lot of the covers I've been doing for Coffin over the past few months have been kind of exploring this this style and this method to try and get it. And I think some of the ones we're going to see today are ones where I'm like, I feel like, okay, I feel like I'm hitting that. And then there's a couple of things that are just things I've always wanted to do, and it just like a certain style that I thought the fans would really like, which we'll see here in a minute also.
All right, let's do it. Let's just dive right in. I know everyone's dying to see this. So, all right, so coming up this October 10th, 2021, All Hallows Evil promotion. We have this one we call the Lady Death Trick or Treats. Woo! Check that out. And it's kind of funny. I couldn't remember. I feel like you've done this pose before, but you've taken this to the next level. And that was more of a really cartoony, more stylized. And this one's more like realistic. And I just love the skulls back to everything about this. Like, what was, tell us about this. What can you tell us?
So this is actually a sequel, because there's another version of this cover, to one I did years ago that we called Trick or Treat, and it was her in the see-through black sequin gown with the pumpkin monster behind her that she was kind of petting. And we decided to do like a sequel version of it. And yeah, this was one where I was really trying to explore the no line artwork, just kind of a completely rendered kind of feel to it. I actually really loved the hair on this one. I think the hair I really enjoyed on doing on this one. So yeah, I mean, that was just the tactic for this one, was just to try and get more of a kind of a fully painted feel rather than, here's the line artwork and here's the like the colors that go underneath it.
And here, I think I found that original one here. Let me see if I found this one. So that is cool that it is. Okay, pop it up. This is the one I'm talking about?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, yeah. So this is the one I was thinking. Yeah, I was like, yeah, that's awesome. I guess it is a totally different pose. It's kind of like more, that was front and back. Yeah, that's awesome. All right, so also October 10th, All Hallows Evil. We also have the naughty version as well.
That's the one.
Yeah, and that looks, so the sequel to that. So you got to get them both. If you didn't, oh man, you're so lucky if you pick this one up. I know these are all sold out, but boom, you can get the sequel and have those two together. Yeah, I love the colors on there. Yeah. The pumpkin. Did you color this too, or is this a work of someone?
No, I colored this one also.
Yeah, because you usually don't work with colorists.
Not too often. Yeah, every once in a while, Brian will have somebody color one of my pieces. Like usually, I think Sabine did one, and I'm spacing on the name now. He does like Ebas and stuff and all the. Oh God, I feel all guilty now. But he's the one who the master colorist. Total brain fart. I apologize. I'm gonna kill myself. Okay. Sanju.
Yeah, Sanju. Okay.
Yeah.
Sanju Nivenjun. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, but most of the time, like I say, like 90%, I do my own coloring. Yeah.
And I love the color treatment you added on there. Yeah, I just love. I mean, you get it. I feel like you are also a monster kid. You just love the genre so much of, and it's like you just get it. You see, your eye is just, I don't know. What works.
I mean, Halloween is my favorite time of year. I still haven't been able to get that 12-foot tall skeleton from Home Depot, but still trying.
You got to get there early.
I know.
Just like a video game release or something, you got to be there.
We did get like a new animatronic scarecrow that we're going to put up, so that's our new thing for this year.
Speaking of scarecrows, we've got the Hallophene Spooktacular coming up October 27th. we've got 3 Hell Witch editions that you are releasing. This first one here is the Feline Pumpkin Rider. Like, how'd you come up with this idea?
So the original idea was actually on one of the remark editions I did for the artist celebration back in March or April. And it was a Lady Death who was writing on a pumpkin, and the stem was kind of hiding her naughty bits. And then Brian liked the idea, so we messed around with it and we turned it into a Hell Witch. And so the original version is her, you know, the naughty version's her on the pumpkin and everything. And then I was trying to think of a nice version of her, and I was like, what, you know, it's Halloween. What would she dress as? And so I was like, oh, like a werewolf kitty kind of thing. So that's what I came up with for her Halloween costume.
That is great. I love the paw prints.
Yeah, the little.
And then we got the naughty version.
Yeah, that was the original one. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Nice. And then so the Naughty Pumpkin Rider, October 27th, Hallophene Spooktacular. There's another one coming out. Very fun. Yeah, I see. Okay, so that's the vine coming up around there.
Yeah.
With the stem. Very cool. Pumpkins, love the pumpkins. Oh, so cool. And then the third treatment here, you've got the Night on Pumpkin Mountain.
So this one, every once in a while, when I'm working on a cover or an image or something, I'll get like this weird kind of inspiration, and I'll go off target. So the plan was to do, you know, the Pumpkin Rider and then the nice version of the Pumpkin Rider. And then I was like, you know, I just have this, like, with her wing, if I put her wings on. And I just came up with this idea in my head of her as Chernabog from Night on Bald Mountain. Yes. And so I just did it. I just went with it, and then I sent it to Brian, and he was like, "Okay, this is pretty cool." So yeah, that was the idea behind that one. Like I said, every once in a while, I'll just get like a little creative bug in my ear that says you got to do this, and I'll just do it. And I figure if Brian likes it, he can use it. If not, then, you know, it'll go in storage somewhere.
And I guess that's what makes you so unique and talented, is that you could take these crazy ideas and make them work. And yeah, I gotta give it to you. Yeah, you're just amazing at doing that. It's just like, how do you make that sexy? You just do it. It's just, wow.
That was actually my favorite of the 3. I think it's when I get those little bursts of creative inspiration. It always turns out to be my favorite.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. Yeah, I love the colors. And that's like, is that the, yeah, it reminds me, it wasn't a Disney one, isn't it? Oh, it is. And they had that classical music going.
Yep.
And then okay.
Yeah. So from the Fantasia movie.
Yes, that's it. Okay. Awesome. All right. So that's how many covers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's 5.
David Harrigan's in October. All right. Now coming up in November 5th for Infernal Holidays. And these are so cool. I love it. I remember you like, oh, here we go. This is the Lady Death Custom Culture Edition. And I remember you posting somewhere online, and then people were just like, that's awesome. I was one of them. I was like, these are so rad.
Yeah, this is another one of those ones where it was just like this creative inspiration, and I just did it. And I sent it to Brian, and I was like, what do you think about something like this? And he was like, well, why don't you post it online and see what people think about it? And everybody really seemed to dig it. So because I think it was last year I did that. So we put it on the kind of the back burner, the pile of ideas, and then when we met in March, or I think it was April of this year, we were hammering out ideas, and he's like, okay, we got to do these, and then we'll see the rest of them here in a little bit. So, but this is just another one that I thought that it'd be a fun style to try and do. and something that I thought the fans would really like. Just because
this is based off like the Ed Roth,
yeah,
like, and that is, if you listen to Rockabilly, you've seen this kind of stuff all the time. You don't have to necessarily be a car guy, but just seeing the image, the Ed Roth stuff, and also like the model kits that had these things too, like the horror. That comes to my mind too. They had the horror kits too. So nostalgic.
Yep, that was the Ed Roth style, and I remember like when I was a kid picking up like cartoons. Remember that magazine?
Yeah.
And drawing these little like these hot rods with these obnoxious wheels and smoke and fire and and monster trucks and things like that, and so it was kind of fun to kind of go back to this piece of nostalgia for me. Oh yes, here's the Hell Witch one.
Yeah, whew, so cool.
The fun part was trying to figure out what kind of cars they would be driving. So immediately Hell Witch, I was like, she's got to be driving a muscle car.
Yeah.
So, and I actually picked this one. This is based off of a Challenger. That's my wife's favorite car. So I was like, I got to do a Challenger.
Yeah.
And then the third one.
Yeah.
Yep. So I had to give her kind of more of a street feeling, old school hot rod kind of look to hers. And I have ideas for other characters too. I mean, I can picture somebody, like driving like a monster truck, and so maybe the other ones will appear. If these ones are popular, maybe I'll do the other ones. Just these are the ones I could nail out right away.
Yeah. Ooh, so cool. Oh man, it just blows me away. I love it. And it's like I was saying, like your creativity, like to make it work. It's like you can have these two ideas, and you just turn it into peanut butter and jelly and make something great. It's just like, yeah, peanut butter and like fish. Nope, that ain't gonna work. But these things, amazing. Congrats on these. Oh, so cool. Hopefully folks dig them as well. We'll find out. Coming, what did I say? November 5th, Infernal Holidays.
Yep.
And then let's see what else. Okay, and then no, this is not the final one. Also during the Infernal Holidays, here we go, Dark Fantasy. And look at that.
Oh,
two
yes.
totally different art styles. It's just like, is this Harrigan? This is crazy.
This is one I really lost myself in. This was an interesting one actually for me to work on. I had the idea months ago, and so around the time I was working on this was getting ready for my daughter to leave for college, and I wasn't handling. Everybody knows. I love my kids and really close with my daughter, and I wasn't handling it all that well. So I kind of jumped into this piece to kind of cope in a way. And the weird thing about this one is that I had just like the general idea of how her outfit was going to look as I was working on it. And the rest of it kind of just happened as I was doing it. See, most of the time I have it like all drawn out. This is how it's going to look. But this is one that was very organic when I was working on it. And it was like, all right, I just feel like adding this piece here, and I feel like adding this piece here, and this feels right to do this. And it was very weird for me to do it that way, but I really like the final product, how it came out. I think it feels right. It feels...
It seems powerful.
Yeah.
And I always feel too, like I always think of art as therapy. And so by you actually putting in all that, all those feelings, trying to, what do you call it? Transpose those feelings into this artwork to deal with that. And I think that comes across amazingly. Oh, and then the naughty version. Ooh, talk about outfit. Holy cow!
Yeah.
You don't think about this one much at all.
Yeah, I decided to go really, really skimpy on this one, and but still kind of keep like some of the same aspects of her outfit in the straps, like some of the spikiness of her outfit. But yeah, I was just like, screw it. I'm just going to do something really, bondagey with this one.
Yeah, it's very cool. Once again, it just works perfectly. So do you draw it twice, or is this digital? Do you do it on digital and then you can easily just kind of like redo
Yeah,
some?
yeah, I do it digital, and a lot of the times when I draw ones I know that are going to have like a naughty and nice variant, the I draw her, paint her almost completely nude, knowing that I'm going to do different outfits on top of her. So many of my pieces is just like the base is a nude Lady Death, and then I build the outfits on top. Like I basically dress her in my head, which is probably adding more work than needs to be added, but
The results speak for themselves.
it's the way my brain works.
And then we got the hollow foil, which is going to be offered
November. I like the hollow foil.
Yeah. Oh man, I can't wait to see this. The mock-ups when they show up. Man.
Yeah,
stunning.
that looks cool. Yeah.
Wow. I think so amazing. It's like, wow. So I can say, whoop, whoop, whoop. Right, a little teaser. Right. Then we have hit the wrong button. So okay, we'll go right to it. November 26th, Blackest Friday. You're gonna offer. Boom, there it is.
This is another one that I've been wanting to do. Yeah.
Lady Nightmare, and you pull it off. It's just like how these ideas are cool, like Lady Death and Jack Skeleton, but how do you make it work? And you do it. It's just crazy.
This was one, like I said, man, that I wanted to do for a long time, and I probably had this one drawn out like a year or so ago, and it was just sitting in my like concept ideas, and we just decided this is the time to do it, and this was really fun because I really wanted to keep the flavor of the style of the movie and Tim Burton's art style with like the architecture, the pumpkins, but then still have Lady Death's be still her.
Mm-hmm.
So that was really fun to do.
Yeah, you can just tell. It just oozes fun. It just oozes the best of both worlds together. And okay, the final one we're going to show off, and I love this one too. I don't know which one. I think you got to get them both. The Lady Death Nightmare Holiday. So rad.
I had to do a Christmas one.
So great.
And it was fun to do, like add the snow to everything, and on the pumpkins and the frost and the icicles, and this was another set that I really just kind of, lost myself in and just had a good time with.
Man, and this is just for this year. These are all the ones that you're coming out this year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 for the end of the year. I can't wait for 2022. This is going to be insane. Man, you're a workhorse. You're a beast. I can't believe it.
This is a lot of the stuff that's been consuming a lot of my time doing all these ones. But like I said, the ideas that we've got now, these, I'm glad I can show these off because these have been killing me. And then the stuff that we've got planned for the future too is there's going to be a lot more different styles. There's going to be different concepts. It's going to be fun. There's going to be some cool stuff on the horizon, that's for sure.
Wow. Amazing. Yeah, I can't wait to see. Yeah, yeah, when Brian told us like before the interview, he's like, yeah, they're all on there. They're all ready to go. Just pull them up because I couldn't wait to see them all. And man, it was a treat to see all these new additions that you're whipping up, and they're just once again Harrigan. Harrigan. That's all I can say.
You know, I do it for the fiends. You know, I try and think of things that they're going to like and they're going to enjoy and they're going to have fun with. And because, you know, at the end of the day, they're the ones that are picking it up and reading it. And I just want to do stuff that's going to make them happy, put smiles on their faces. And hopefully in some of these batches, you know, they'll do that, you know.
So does it help you if people throw ideas at you? If, you know, on Sworn Nation, people are like, hey, David, maybe have you thought about this, and like, you know, post something, and does that help, or does that feel like?
Yeah, no, sometimes I've heard some ideas from people that are like, okay, that's actually a pretty good idea. So, oops, I just dropped some knocked over here. But you know, a lot of the times I just I have so many ideas just in my head that it's, you know, it's just getting them down on paper. And a lot of them, like I said, I have such a I put down concepts and you know, sometimes they'll just sit aside for like a year or so, and then I'll come back to them and like, what, you know, why haven't I done anything else with that? And so a lot of these concepts are finally actually going to see publication finally, because you know, sometimes I'm like, and there are some that I'm like, you know, I may have thought of like years ago and said no, but then like looking at it again, I'm like, well, that actually was a nice idea. Why didn't, you know, we do something like that? So it just maybe wasn't the right time.
The king of the mashups is just like those ideas. It seems like when they simmer in your brains there, it's just like this naturally bubbles up and comes up.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Looks like that's it. We're about out of time. Anything you want to say final to everybody out there? The fiends and the Sworn Nation.
Oh, I mean, you guys are incredibly awesome. I know that I've been kind of quiet on social media lately, and just been heavily working on both jobs, and so I appreciate everybody's patience. I appreciate everybody's support over the years. You guys are amazing, and can't wait to see everybody at Sworn Fest. And you guys take care, and you guys are awesome. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. So everyone, this has just been day one of Crucial Con 2021. We got so much more exciting news and content coming your way. So stick around. Jimmy Coffin and David Harrigan signing off. See you.